What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Mic here on the John Rocha channel. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the king of swag himself, sporting the overalls, the insider himself, Jeff Sneider. How are you, Jeff?
Mama say, mama kusa, mama say, mama. Hello, Johnny boy.
Hello, Jeff, and hello to everyone who's joining us here for this live episode of the Hot Mic. So much to get into here today. So much happening throughout the week of entertainment. A lot of big news dropping. Even like 45 minutes ago, we had some updates on some news stuff. So we're going to talk about all the stuff happening here. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourselves. You're in good hands. Make sure you understand the Streamlabs super chats are open. Send in your love, your questions, thoughts, and comments as we go along. We'll answer them near the end of the show. But Jeff, how are you feeling? How are things? How are you on this Thursday? How's your week going?
Good week, Johnny. It's been busy. Yeah. It's been a busy week. Lots to watch, lots to read. We're doing it again.
Sorry. My hand slipped. Go ahead. Lots to watch, lots to read.
It's been a good week. Seeing Predator tonight. I'm excited to enter a world of hurt.
You haven't seen it yet. Okay,
No.
Interesting. All right.
Disney movie, so I'm not invited.
Oh, that's right. Isn't there another thing coming out this weekend? Oh, yeah. Christie comes out this weekend, right? Isn't that come out this weekend? And Nuremberg.
Yeah, a lot of stuff comes out. I think Sentimental Value is this weekend, but yeah, definitely see Christie if you can. Support it in theaters.
Yeah.
We're doing Best Actress tomorrow on FYC, and her name certainly comes up in conversation.
Well, does Hamnet come up in conversation? That's the question I want to know for Jeff Sneider, if he's going to get a chance to see that one yet. What? I'm just taking my finger off the mouse. There we go. All right. That's it. 3 times the charms. That's it. I'm done. I moved it away from it. Jesus. Anyway, yeah.
Hamnet is the subject of heated discussion.
Oh, I bet. Go ahead.
Did you see it?
I'm not, I haven't had any screenings for it yet, and it's not on the Critics' Choice app yet. So I have not had a chance to see it, but I'm looking forward to it. I was invited to see it this weekend in LA, but I didn't think $45 of gas was worth going to see Hamnet when I can, get it in the next week or so. So I'm not in any rush. But I'll tell you, what's popped up on the app, I got Nuremberg on the app. I got Sentimental Value on the app. So there's a few of them that I'm going to be watching this weekend that I can't wait to dive into.
Busy boy this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know you get a lot of screeners. I'm very happy to get some of these movies ahead of time because I don't like going to theaters much anymore. So I'm excited to see these things here at home. And
I don't get any screeners. I'm going to watch Frankenstein tomorrow night.
Oh, yes.
That'll be streaming on the Netflix. And then this weekend, Adam Jimenez, I am seeing Die My Love.
Oh, Die My Love. Yes. The one with Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence. Right. By the way, what are your thoughts, real quick? I know this is not on the rundown, but I got to get this off my chest. Speaking of Jennifer Lawrence, these interviews that she's done recently, my heart breaks for her, man. These people have destroyed the independent, free spirit that she was. And she has become complicit in this, Jeff, saying well, yeah, I look back at my behavior when I was younger and I was kind of stupid and the tripping and all. I'm like, you motherfuckers have beaten out the independent, free spirit of Jennifer Lawrence. And now she is like this housewife. What do you call those things? The housewives you've seen with, she's like that. And it's frustrating, Jeff. I like the rebel. Where is the rebel, for God's sakes?
She's mellowing with age. I don't love it. I miss the Jennifer Lawrence we all fell in love with, who was goofy and clumsy and a little klutzy and not afraid to, make fun of herself. And I don't know. I think that girl's still there. They're doing a Miss Piggy movie. Should we just talk about that?
But you want to jump into that? All right. I guess we'll jump into that.
Let's keep it going.
All right, fine. Let's jump into that thing. That's right. Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence are coming together to do a Miss Piggy movie. This is going to be written by Cole Escola, who currently won a Tony for his Oh Mary show. That it was a one-person show on Mary Todd Lincoln, The Madness of Mary Todd Lincoln, which a lot of people thoroughly enjoyed. But this is an interesting thing to have them come together, Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone with Cole Escola, to write a Miss Piggy movie. Usually, Jeff, it's Kermit the Frog who's the lead on these Muppet movies. So this is an interesting take to have it be a Miss Piggy film overall. What are your thoughts on this? And does this make sense?
I I just feel like it's like 5 years too late or something. That
Oh,
like
interesting.
gotten the Miss Piggy movie,
Yeah.
you know, like around the time of Barbie.
Or Me Too. The
Yeah,
Me Too movie. Yeah.
I think that would have been more beneficial for them.
Mhm.
I mean, it's okay. It is a different approach to a Muppets movie where Kermit is always front and center, and
Yeah.
so I kind of like that. But on the other hand, Miss Piggy also kind of like a vain, grating character. All right, like whose favorite is Miss Piggy?
A lot of people love
Only
Miss
the
Piggy.
divas. Only the divas.
Right. The divas do love Miss Piggy. I think this is a fascinating combo of people because look, as much as Jennifer is like saying, like I don't want to speak out of turn or I don't want to speak politically about stuff anymore. You know that Emma's no wallflower. Emma has no problem speaking out. She signed that controversial letter about not working with certain creators from the Middle East, and so you see that she's got no problem with it. And then Cola Scola is certainly not a wallflower himself with stuff that they've written in the past and the work that they were. So to me, I think these are three pretty strong voices to get involved with a female character that, as you said, in the past can be seen as a vain, self-absorbed kind of character. So will this be the journey where she goes from someone who is very much a diva to someone who understands that there's more in the world besides herself?
Realizing that she's nothing without the rest of the Muppets.
Well, that she can be an individual and be part of a group and not lose her strength or power. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about, if that's the avenue they're going in. But I hear you, 5 years too late. I hear you.
I just hope Disney doesn't, overestimate the audience for this, because I feel like people claim to love the Muppets, right? And every year we're like, oh, if only we could get the Muppets to host the Oscars.
Right.
I don't know that the Muppets are as big as a lot of people remember them as. So
I think that's a fair point. The cultural footprint of the Muppets over the last 20 years maybe is not as strong as it was from the previous 20 years. When you go back to like 40 years, like those, the 70s, 80s, maybe in the 90s, I think the Muppets were a massive deal. But the 2000s, 2010s, are they still a massive deal? They tried that TV show that didn't really work. We had the Jason Segel movie that got some people that liked it, some people didn't. The sequel certainly was not liked. And then you had the animated or the show about the band, which I think was the best thing they've done. But yeah, there hasn't been a lot of like huge, massive.
Kids aren't into the Muppets these days. My nieces aren't like playing with Kermit and Miss Piggy dolls and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's an interesting choice, though. I wonder where it's going to go, and we'll see. But Jeff, let's swing around to your big story. Let's not waste any time on this one. Let's talk about it. Gareth Edwards is coming back, or is in final negotiations, is what your article says, to come back to direct the sequel for Jurassic World Rebirth. Are you surprised by this? How'd this come about? Talk more about this. What are your feelings here?
I mean, this has been the hot rumor all week around the Universal lot, that they had figured out a way to bring him back. I think it makes total sense. I know a lot of people didn't love Rebirth, that it was kind of divisive as a movie. And I think a lot of that has to do with the script from David Koepp, which to me felt very rushed and with thin characterizations. I liked Jurassic World Rebirth, and I thought that the reason that it worked as well as it did, it wasn't like the largely wooden cast. It was Gareth Edwards and his direction. I thought that he delivered really good action sequences, and he made that movie successful. I mean, to the tune of $868 million, which it's lower than the Chris Pratt movies, but like that's just the way the box office has been going. For that movie to make 868 at this point, I think without Gareth Edwards and some of what he brought to it, it could have been around the 600 or 700 mark. So I like him coming back. I think he's a talented director. He's obviously going to have a little bit more creative control, I would imagine, on this movie, since last time he was coming in to replace somebody again. So yeah, can't argue with this. You?
Yeah, I can argue with it a little bit, because the history of the franchise is full of films making $1 billion, no matter who's the director. So, and I think 800 is great for this movie, because I don't think this movie is seen as a linear continuation of Jurassic Park and then Jurassic World. I think this is seen like Hobbs and Shaw. So the fact that it made an $800 million take, plus $800 million plus take, I think is a positive. So it stands to reason, like, well, clearly he did something right that appeals to people. But I don't think this is necessarily Gareth Edwards is an amazing director. We got to bring him back, because all these films that have come out from Jurassic World that were terrible in the most recent trilogy all made over $1 billion. And no one's like, wow, these were really well-directed movies. Well, I'm saying a lot of people aren't that way about it. And certainly the criticism on this wasn't strong. So I understand the logic, of course, but I don't think he's that great of a director. In fact, my favorite film of his is a film that arguably he didn't direct, possibly, and that's the Rogue One with Tony Gilroy. So I understand why he's doing this. It makes sense why he's doing this. And I guess we can say the script, but Jeff, if he comes out with this movie with different writers, and who's it supposed to be? The guys from Final Destination Bloodline?
I don't know who's
okay. We don't know who's writing it. But then if the movie comes out and it's received just as badly by the critics, even though it does a lot of money, it's like at some point it's not the writer. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm concerned about that.
I don't think it's him. I think that he did a good job delivering action sequences.
What, you're supposed to direct the actors too, Jeff? If the actors are delivering wooden performances, that's on the director as well. He's allowing those takes to be.
I'll grant you that. I don't think Scarlett Johansson's very good in Jurassic World.
No, neither is. Well, Mahershala is the best.
I like Jonathan Bailey. He was my favorite.
Yeah, world's sexiest man, apparently.
Yes, for sure. No. So yeah, again, from a business perspective, it makes sense to bring him back. I think the movie was successful enough to warrant a sequel.
Totally. It's Johansson, Bailey, and Mahershala, you say in your report, are coming back. So do you expect other names that are at that equal caliber of recognition to be a part of this thing? Or do you think we're going to go into a lower areas? Because those three are really going to be the focus.
Again, I assume that Universal is pleased with the way that movie performed. And again, it came out at a really crowded time, right?
Yeah,
it came out around Superman, Fantastic Four. So I'm sure there's a lot more people who've now discovered it on VOD or whatever, are going to watch it on Peacock, and maybe the numbers go up for the sequel.
Right. Okay.
What was the first part of the question, or the second part of the question?
No, just asking about if you think any other actors of that level are going to come.
What I was getting at is if they were expecting $1 billion and it didn't clear $1 billion, I still think that you can take this franchise like back to the basics, the kind of way that they're talking about doing with Fast and Furious, right?
Oh yeah.
And it does. Do you need all these different dinosaurs that are just bigger and meaner and quote unquote scarier, or do you just need one good one? You know what I mean? Like the director of Godzilla,
right?
Do you just need one creature essentially, or is that the whole point? Is that this is a world of dinosaurs?
Well, I think a lot of people in their analysis of this movie said that the reason it worked is because of the dinosaurs, and the reason people keep coming back is because of the dinosaurs. It's not the actors or the director.
That's obviously why people go to these movies.
Yeah. So the idea of limiting the dinosaurs, I think, is probably not the way to go. If the dinosaurs are what gets people into theaters. But I hear what you're saying. I think you could make a better movie if you limit the dinosaurs and focus on the humans' relationships, the human stories that are being told in this. But maybe people don't go to the movies for this kind of stuff.
I just think you can make a cheaper movie by making it a little bit more grounded. But
100%. Yeah.
I mean, just so I don't think that you're going to see like actors on the level of Scarlett Johansson or Mahershala Ali joining the franchise, but you could get some cool names to fill out the rest of the cast for sure.
Do you think Pratt or Bryce or any of them come back, or do you think it's very much like their territory now, the three?
That's a good question. I don't know. Okay. Wouldn't really want to speculate on that front, but it's always a possibility that they could merge. I mean, that may be the next evolution, that they merge the two things, since they are all under the Jurassic World umbrella.
I feel like Pratt should come back. Pratt needs to be a part of something. I think he should come back, for God's sake. Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on from that for another part of this. Another part of your story here, Jeff. Adam Stein and Zach Liposky of Final Destination Bloodlines will direct Universal's Long Lost movie. It's called Long Lost. This movie was announced in January of 2024. It's based on a 50-page short story by Colin Bannon, and Spielberg is producing for Emerald Partners. I should put their faces up here. Long Lost is described as a cross between What Lies Beneath and Rosemary's Baby, as the story follows a newlywed woman whose life was upended when her husband's long-lost wife shockingly returns after she was long believed to be dead, sparking fears that she's hatching a sinister plan to reclaim what was once hers. I love this log line. This sounds exciting to me, man. Were you surprised that this is their next film? Did you think maybe they were going in other directions and there were rumors about them possibly being up for bigger projects, possibly even up for Jurassic World, as you speculated in your news?
Well, I think it's clear that Spielberg really likes these guys, right?
Yeah.
So earlier today, we'll back up and incorporate this item as well. They were hired to to co-write Gremlins 3. Right. So they're going to be co-writing Gremlins 3 with Chris Columbus,
who's directing.
I had initially heard that they were being eyed to direct Gremlins 3.
Oh, okay.
But I think that there was a feeling. I mean, Chris Columbus is director of fucking Harry Potter.
Right.
There's like he's the director of fucking Home Alone, and he wrote the original Gremlins. So I think that there was a feeling that like they kind of owed him this gig, and no one was going to take it away from him. Right. Anyways, they closed deals to write that script, and Spielberg, wants to stay in business with them. He's like, all right, if you guys are busy writing this but not directing it, because Chris is, what can we get you to direct?
Right.
And this is a Spielberg project, right? Amblin is producing this. They won this short story in a big bidding war. And you can't, don't forget that Stein and Liposky started their careers on the Lot, reality show that Spielberg produced to find the next great filmmaker. So he's known these guys a long time. I think that there is some, trust there.
Right.
And while I did expect them to do some like IP sort of thing, whether it's Gremlins, I thought, maybe they'll get like these guys for the Goonies or something. Yeah. I think it's smart to go from IP like Final Destination Bloodlines to then something a little bit more original like Long Lost.
Yeah, maybe creatively they felt like, we can do something more with something like this that really shows our vision rather than being hamstrung by mythology and by expectations. We can now kind of be freer and direct something like this and kind of show what we can do, all the more tools in our toolbox as directors. So it makes sense. I mean, the easy play is to do the next Final Destination movie and pocket that money. This is
they're not doing it though.
That's what I'm saying. The easier play would have been to do that.
Right. You're right.
The fact that they're taking this is, I think, maybe shows you that they want to be challenged artistically or creatively.
Right, exactly. They made what I thought was a great Final Destination movie. It remains one of the top 5 movies I've seen all year. I just thought they really understood the assignment, and to them, it's probably like, yeah, we kind of been there, done that. We need another challenge. How do we keep growing as filmmakers? So I think a movie like this is the right direction.
Absolutely. But let's talk about Gremlins 3. I mean, like you said, Chris Columbus will be directing this. They announced that the movie will released on November 19th of 2027. Which will be 37 years after the original was released. That's I was 5 when that was released. If you believe that. But this is a fascinating thing to bring back Chris Columbus. I know you say he's owed this, but this also tells me that I don't know if they necessarily have big plans for this and are maybe just doing this for fun, and we'll see what happens. Because Columbus is not known for being this like incredibly great, groundbreaking director. He's a good director. It's not great. I think there are a lot of younger voices that are in the directing world right now, especially on the horror side of things, who know how to mix comedy and horror, who would have loved a stab at doing Gremlins 3 and bringing it up to date. I don't know that Chris.
Yeah, but I'm glad it's him. Like really? What do we want? You want like Radio Silence to do Gremlins 3?
They're busy. They're already doing something else, according to, and that's The Mummy. So no, I don't necessarily want Radio Silence.
Is that the kind of hire that we want? Do we want Oz Perkins doing?
No.
I have a lot of respect for Chris Columbus. Yeah, it's not the sexiest hire, but this guy has made classics. He obviously has an eye
in the 90s. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Has an eye for casting young people, I think.
Sure.
And I assume Gremlins will likely incorporate some new young characters.
Right.
I think just nobody knows the franchise better than him, right? It came out of his head. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, Chris, what has he been? The Thursday Murder Club he produced was horrific. It was such a bad show. Oh, he directed it. It was such a bad movie.
You thought so? I didn't think so.
I thought it was terrible. I was like 20 minutes into this thing. This is like an American trying to play British. Like it was so bad.
It wasn't great, but it was watchable thanks to the cast.
Pixels was pretty terrible, right? Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, not that great. Olivia Beth Cooper, not that great. Rent, he took all the life out of Rent in the filmed version of Rent. I saw that show in England. few times. That's a great show. And he took all the lifeblood out of that film and essentially defanged it.
I'm not going to sit here, though, and say, well, Chris Columbus fucked up Rent, so I don't think he can make a good Gremlins movie.
I'm saying there's a number of films in his most recent 25 years of filmmaking that are not strong. And so I don't know. I understand why you give him the chance to do this. I just think that there were probably more qualified people with stronger voices who were not born in 1958 who can deliver a much more interesting and topical version of Gremlins 3.
I mean, if we're arguing that it should be somebody younger and hotter, which, you know, it's not necessarily wrong, but like, well, why aren't we arguing Joe Dante should be back?
I don't think Joe Dante should do it either. Why would Joe's in the same?
What else are they doing these days? If he made 2 great Gremlins movies that have stood the test of time, why not bring him back to direct another one? You know?
Yeah, but those were so long ago. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I don't understand. Like, they made a great movie so long ago, so they're no longer able of making a great movie.
I'm saying they haven't been making great movies consistently for the last 25 to almost 30 years. So I would argue that those first 2 Harry Potter movies, they're sweet and all, but then you get Prisoner of Azkaban and you go, now that's what that fucking property can be.
Granted, I don't know, I'm not going to, you know the Harry Potter franchise much better than I.
Right. But that's my opinion. I know a lot of people love the first 2 movies. I just think they're so sedate. They're safe. And that's he directs safe. And you want a slightly edgy if you're going to bring back Gremlins. This is a harder society now than it was back then. So you need to appeal to people who want a little edge in their entertainment. And I don't necessarily think.
I always thought that Stein and Liposky would wind up directing the movie, that they would find a way to, use the studio politics or whatever to push Chris aside.
Right.
But that's not obviously what happened. And Liposky have moved on to something else. And you got David Zaslav up at fucking 5 a.m. on calls with investors talking about Gremlins 3. And he sounded excited. So
I'm going to throw this out. How about Jordan Peele? Jordan Peele would have been interesting.
I put that out there last month. Yes, that would have been. But like, is that what Jordan Peele wants to do? Probably not.
The Philippou brothers, get them to do it, for God's sakes. I'd be down to see it. T. West's Gremlins, Zach Kreger's Gremlins. I mean, there are great directors working right now in the world of horror that could have done, I think, a more topical approach to this kind of stuff. But
I like the old schoolness of Chris Columbus, though, because I don't want like CG Gremlins. Like, I want the puppets. I want the shit that made that Gremlins special, and I think he knows what's up there.
Okay, fair point. Just as long as Eli Roth doesn't do it. All right, let's move on to one more story here before we get into the big story about Paramount in that article. How about The Mummy? The Mummy is coming back here, Jeff. The Mummy returns. A 4th installment is apparently being worked on here, and talks are happening. Final talks here with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. No word yet on Oded Fehr or Arnold Vosloo or even The Rock possibly coming back to reprise the Scorpion King. But this is apparently in motion with the guys from Radio Silence writing and directing it. So do you like this combo of bringing in right now, Brendan Fraser about to have Rental Family, recent Oscar winner Rachel Weisz being a part of the Marvel universe and still a phenomenally great actress, and Radio Silence coming off what you probably didn't like the last 2 Scream movies, but people like Ready or Not. So is this a good combo?
No, it's a terrible combo.
What?
First of all, you're talking to the wrong guy. Okay,
I know you don't like Radio Silence.
It's not Radio Silence. It's The Mummy. I'm not a Mummy guy.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
I'm not really an adventure movie guy. I think adventure is the hardest genre to pull off.
You just talked about how much you love Jurassic World Rebirth, which is essentially an adventure. All those Jurassic World movies are adventures.
I didn't love Jurassic. I love the original Jurassic Park, and I suppose that is an adventure movie. But like Indiana Jones,
you don't like Indiana Jones?
No.
Wow.
I think adventure is tricky.
Okay.
And so I was never a Mummy guy.
Okay.
I always thought it was silly. I do like the roller coaster though. And so I don't need this at all. I was actually like surprised on my Twitter feed how much goodwill there seems to be out there for the Mummy and Brendan Fraser.
People love Brendan. Yeah.
And what is his name? Rick? What?
Yeah, Rick. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what his last name is in the movie. Hold on.
I'm just like, yeah, like Rick is back.
Yeah.
Like, and Rachel Weisz like as the lead in a big blockbuster franchise. So I just think it's weird that they're making another Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser, you know, who like Jamie wrote a whole column for Above the Line when it existed back in the day about how I hope he doesn't use his Oscar cachet to do the Mummy 4. Like, what a waste.
Well,
I just think the whole thing is preposterous. And then Radio Silence, I don't think are very good. It felt quite fitting that these two are teaming up. I don't know why Universal hired them after Abigail.
Yeah.
Abigail did not perform well. I know the Scream movies performed well. They just did Ready or Not, right? Ready or Not 2.
2, yeah.
I'm not a big Ready or Not guy. I like that movie's okay, but the end of it I thought was terrible.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm down on them.
Okay. I like it because I like Brendan Fraser, and this is fun to do this. And look, he's at that age now where, you know, he could sit back and do independent films like Rental Family or The Whale. But you know what? Independent films don't pay the fucking bills. And so you may not like the fact that he's doing that. I'm talking to people out there, not you specifically, Jeff, but I understand the logic here. Get that money while you can, and you know, set yourself up for the rest of your life for a little bit and then move on. And plus, this is something that, you know, maybe he felt the third movie didn't quite land, and now he's worked his way back to have a little bit of cachet to do a fourth movie, bring back Rachel, who didn't come for the third film, because at the time Rachel was very much like above the Mummy at the time when she turned down the third film. And so now bringing them back together, people love Rick and Evelyn. Rick O'Connell is his name, Rick and Evelyn, and they've got a son who's clearly grown now. I don't know what John Hannah is doing, so there's possibilities to play, and people love adventure films. I know you don't, Jeff, but people do love these adventure films in the summertime as tentpoles. So it could be fun. I don't think it'll be a Top Gun Maverick type situation, but certainly it could be fun to have another installment if they get it.
How much are you spending on this movie? What is the appropriate budget for a Mummy?
150, maybe?
So you're telling me they're going to spend $150 million on a Mummy movie?
I would think 100 to 150 for the special effects alone,
and then another 75 to market it. So 225. So it would have to make between 400 and 500 million dollars, and that's probably like where these movies fell, or maybe it was 300 or 400. I'm not sure what the box office was on these movies, but that strikes me as a gamble, particularly with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz these days. I would not want to be the executive behind that movie.
Well, the question becomes, though, do you bring The Rock in, you know, with the Scorpion King? I think it's a no-brainer 5 years ago. I think you actually have a little bit of a conversation now whether you want to do it now.
Well, no, this is like the last thing that I come back to if I'm The Rock. I go do Skyscraper 2 before I come back and play the Scorpion King again. Like, no.
He needs a hit.
If you want us to believe, he's doing Jumanji, he's got Moana, he'll be fine.
I guess you're right.
He wants us to believe a word that he just said about Smashing Machine and having changed his career and everything. No, you can't come back to the Mummy. That's your past.
Yeah, but if he just Smashing Machine crashed and burned, Moana's not going to crash and burn, and neither is Jumanji. So at some point, you got to realize you can walk in both lands, you know, when necessary. So I could see him coming back for like a 5 to 10 minute cameo. I could totally see that if they could work that out. I think Arnold Vosloo, John Hannah, Oded Fair, maybe a little bit less. The question becomes, who plays the son? You could get somebody who is well known to come in and play the son. See people suggesting Harris Dickinson. That could be an interesting choice. I mean, could they place
Harris Dickinson is going to come in and be the son in the Mummy? What a fucking like downgrade that would be. No, you'd get someone like Drew Starkey or somebody.
What about Madison? Was it Madison Thames? Is that his name? The guy who's got 3 number ones?
Mason Thames. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. You get a Mason Thames. You're not getting fucking Harris Dickinson for a fucking Mummy 4.
Mason Thames would be fun. I like that idea. Tom Holland. You're not getting Tom Holland. Get out of here. All right. Well, that's the conversation. Let's move on to the big, thick conversation of the show, brother. Let's get into this article from Variety, breaking down David Ellison's approach to Paramount Pictures and what they're going to be doing going forward. Certainly a lot was covered in the article here, Jeff, including how many movies they want to start releasing, how much content they want to purchase. Certainly or put out rather. Certainly the purchase of Warner Brothers was talked about. A reboot of Star Trek, starting from scratch, was basically stated in the article. But there was also troubling things like blacklists being created for people who don't have political points of views that they agree with. There's a lot of stuff that was in that article that was a little troubling to read, but then also it is understandable the logic behind what they want to do here as a business. It's just the amount of eggs that they're breaking is an interesting situation. Your thoughts on the article and what was coming?
I don't like any ideas of like blacklists, but I also don't like people boycotting Israel. So part of me wants to cheer on Ellison and this initiative. Although I think it's very like much bullshit, because if a filmmaker comes to him and is like, we want to fucking cast Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo, you're telling me he's going to be like, well, according to my blacklist, they said something once. And so
I don't know. I don't know what the guy's swagger is. I don't know what the guy's, he's describing the article as like a dorky, fun, cool guy. But like,
I think he subscribes to the same list that all these guys subscribe to, which is what, John? What color is that list?
It's a green list. It's a
green list. Exactly. The green. That is the list that he cares about. And if a filmmaker wants to cast Emma Stone in their movie, I'm really be hard pressed to think that someone's going to interfere with that.
Yeah. But the article made it clear, though, Jeff, that he wants to, well, their opinion as they're analyzing, and Tatiana Siegel, one of the writers, one of our favorite writers, she's one of the writers on this article, and they kind of intimated that he's going to be starting to look to do more of the MAGA friendly type of content. They just, of course, they talked about the UFC fight, which is utterly ridiculous, happening on the White House lawn. Nothing says we are fucking low-rent hillbilly motherfuckers than doing something like that. They just signed the Professional Bull Riding Association to a deal here. And so there's stuff happening that they're doing here, and they're talking about layoffs. So to me, you see that happen. So there's no guarantee that these people will want to work for Paramount Pictures either, because they see that their political philosophies are not aligned with what they're standing for. So there may be a blacklist that goes both ways, I think, when you look at this kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the whole thing's, it just seems like something out of idiocracy. Like, we're going to have fucking UFC fights on the White House lawn. Like, this is so nuts. But
like Rome. It's like the end of Rome, man. We're right at the end of it. So, yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about like the Warner Brothers pursuit, like Paramount's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, we'll get to that. This is a big article. I just wanted to cover the first, like the big things that popped off at it, but I want to move on. If you don't want to talk about, we can move on to the other elements of the article that we can discuss as well. I want to ask you, before we get to the Warner Brothers things, there's a line in the article. The proof is in the mad dash film chiefs are making to build their slate from its current 8 annual releases to 15 by 2026, 17 by 2027, 18 by 2028, with Cindy Holland running Paramount's direct-to-consumer operation, opening the purse strings to bring in better programming to Paramount Plus. So,
I mean, I buy all of it. I do think he wants to invest in making movies. Paramount obviously scaled back, while they were struggling and for scale, right? They pulled back the number of green lights that they typically do.
Right.
So I totally buy it when Ellison's like, yeah, we want to make more movies, not less.
Right.
It's just a matter of whether I believe that he wants to keep Warner Brothers and Paramount separate and everybody makes 18 movies a year. I don't know about that.
Right.
Because
you got a lot of movies, dude. 18 movies from one studio. That is a lot.
I mean, it's a normal amount, right? Like the studios used to release 22, 23 movies a year.
Used to. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So then what about the deals that he's signing here? They talked about the Will Smith. I had no idea Will Smith and his company had signed a deal. That's so weird.
Yeah, that was like his first overall deal, basically.
Right. Then you've got the Duffer Brothers, of course. And then you've got James Mangold. So clearly he's splashing the cash. It's just like an owner of a football team, like Daniel Snyder coming in and signing Deion Sanders and Bruce Smith and
UFC, South Park.
Right. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to a positive result, though, does it? If you're throwing that much money at these people.
No, you need to have the projects, right? That's all that matters. Oh, you've got James Mangold and Timothée Chalamet. Well, what if they release a dud?
Right.
Well, like
with all that money you spend.
It's all about what you're spending it on. Yes, you want to invest in people, but you're investing in projects just as much. I think UFC is they certainly overpaid for UFC. I don't think there's any question about that.
That many billions of dollars.
That is the price of entry for these new guys, right? Just like Netflix had to overpay for stuff when they first came into the business, and Apple had to overpay for stuff, right? That's just kind of what happens.
WWE was way overvalued WWE and Netflix. So the ratings have been trash since.
And that's why it was so funny to hear like the whole and Ellison can't afford Taylor Sheridan.
Right. Well,
that's a strategic decision.
You say that, but the article says that the Skydance team was shocked when Taylor Sheridan defected for a lucrative deal with NBC Universal. Ellison had spent time cultivating Sheridan, flying down to Texas with Shell, Greenstein, and Goldberg, where the new mogul suggested possible shows. It could be additions to Sheridanverse. The overtures backfired, with Sheridan preferring a less corporate approach. So it wasn't strategic if the guy you're going after didn't like what you were offering, was it? It's not strategic at that point, Jeff. It's more a matter of he didn't like what you were offering, and he moved on to someone else who he liked the offer more better or more.
He didn't like how he was being treated. I don't think it's like, oh, well, you sent too many executives down to my place. Obviously, there's more to it than that.
It's the corporate nature
of my shows,
right?
And also, you think that I think that I'm the king here, and you're looking to reassert your authority,
right?
I think that's part of being the head of a studio, is knowing who to invest in and knowing who to let walk away.
Right.
And he still has 3 years of Taylor Sheridan. So maybe that's how he felt. Like, I'm getting I'm squeezing the last toothpaste out of the tube here. And then good luck to him on creating 7 or 8 more shows.
It feels Jerry Jones-ish, where he went to appeal to Micah Parsons and Micah wasn't feeling it, lay down on the sidelines, and then Jerry's trying to, retcon Micah going to Green Bay by saying, well, Dak's the better player. We're not one person away from being great on defense. Meanwhile, Michael's killing up there in Green Bay. It seems like that they're kind of retconning what actually happened here, where Taylor turned them down, didn't like what they were offering, turned them down. So we go to Warner Brothers. Let's talk about this, because it's also talked about in the article, and we have some more updates on this. But the article basically intimates that Ellison is not going to be denied here. Really wants it, even was speaking about it before he even purchased Paramount, that he wanted to get Warner Brothers. And there's a lot of content, clearly, as we've spoken about before, Jeff, that he could have access to. But there's also follow-up to this, where that Bloomberg reported that they want to essentially fold Paramount or fold HBO Max into Paramount Plus. So it would be one streaming service for both. And now today, just as we were coming to the air, a few minutes before we came to the air, NBC Universal is supposedly in play now, along with Netflix, for trying to purchase Warner Brothers, going toe-to-toe with Paramount, possibly. So your thoughts on all the stuff that's happening with this as well?
What I will say, as I always have, is that actions speak louder than words, right? So they can say, we've already heard Comcast say, we're not interested. We heard Netflix say, we're not interested. But then when it comes time, when it gets down to it, and it looks like Paramount might actually get Warner Brothers, actually, you know what? Let us take a look at those books. Let's see those thinkers and to take a look. So everybody's doing that now. It wouldn't shock me to see Apple do the same thing.
Oh, good point.
Another one of those companies that said, well, we prefer to build our own sort of things instead of buying things. But, I think it's just good business. It's everybody doing their due diligence. Why wouldn't you take a peek at the Universal books if you could and you were, serious about a potential acquisition?
Right.
I was listening to The Town, and they sort of discussed the whole, who would be better, Paramount or Netflix, right? Where would you rather have Warner Brothers go to? And I don't understand why it's just those two either, because I do think that the possibility of, a Saudi Arabian bid is very real.
Really? You think that's like maybe a late bid after everyone's done bidding as much as they can?
I mean, who
come
knows?
on top? It's possible.
But for the last 2 years, the whole rumor, and this rumor has just been totally ignored all of a sudden when David Ellison came into the room. The whole rumor was that Comcast was going to buy Warner Brothers.
Right. Yes.
Right. That's been around since before all of these things. And I think that is still what ends up happening. That's where I would bet my money, is that Comcast comes in and does it. And I know there's the whole, Paramount's the only one that can get a deal done with the Trump administration, and they're butt buddies with Trump. And Comcast, they're going to block him. I've heard plenty of people say this too, but it's like Trump likes to make deals, and there's a deal to be had if Brian Roberts wants to make it.
Right. Brian just has to bring him a fake gold crown, and Trump will sign anything for sure, as we saw.
Whatever he has to fucking do. If he wants Warner Brothers, he'll fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's I like I read the article. There are some things that I kind of was enlightened by in their approach, and I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, which is, of course, buying as much content as possible. I think people should be encouraged by the fact that the article makes it clear that they want to put out more content, which implies that more creatives will be employed to put out this content, depending on the AI stuff, of course. We still don't know how that's all going to go down. So there are some positives to take away from the article, but, to me, I think this was a lot of grandstanding on purpose and certain things that were put out to kind of make it seem like this is a macho studio and come have some macho fun with us macho guys in a macho studio. But in the end of the day, macho or wussy, it's about the product and what you put out, and do people like the product you're putting out? That's going to determine your success, not the type of content that
a female film chief, a female streaming chief,
Yeah.
I think that the future of Paramount Plus is female.
Possibly. We will see.
Let's talk about the other big thing from the Paramount Plus story.
Go ahead, brother.
Beam me up, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Star Trek, basically a full-on reboot, wiping the slate clean. We're not seeing any of these actors back to reprise their roles from the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. So, Jeff, as an avid Star Trek fan, this makes all the sense in the world to me. What do you think?
I was just down on my knees. Hallelujah. Okay. It took long enough for these people to come to their fucking senses. I can't imagine the millions of dollars that have been spent developing another Star Trek movie that was 100% a terrible idea from the get-go.
Yeah.
These guys did their job, right? They rebooted Star Trek. They made it relevant to another generation. The second movie with all that con garbage with Cumberbatch was terrible.
Yeah, not that great.
And they got to the third film, it was completely irrelevant. They were playing Beastie Boys in space. The
third film was not good.
It was so bad. Absolutely time to cut and run from this cast. No one's stock has improved. Like Chris Pine is not a movie star. Zach Quinto is not a movie star. No. Anton's gone. R.I.P.
Right.
I mean, Simon Pegg is Simon Pegg. Zoe just won an Oscar. No, I want a whole new cast, a whole new vision, and I'm glad that they finally have decided to go in that direction.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'd be a different conversation if Zachary Quinto and Chris Pine had broken out and become these massive stars leading multiple franchises. Certainly, Hollywood tried to make Chris Pine happen with multiple franchises, the Jack Ryan franchise and other stuff, but it just didn't work. And now he's doing Pool Man and stuff. So it's you have to understand the situation. And Quinto is great for TV. He is not a feature film leading a franchise type of actor. It worked for Star Trek because it was Spock and he wasn't necessarily the lead of the film. And so, it is what it is. But I like this. Yeah, go ahead.
Carl Urban, love him, boys. Love him.
Right.
Not a movie star. Not that the guy who plays Bones needs to be a movie star.
Right.
But it was time. This cast had its run. It's time for a new cast.
I agree.
No question.
I agree. And so now it becomes who are they going? And then this is where I start to get concerned as a Star Trek fan, because Star Trek is the original, quote unquote, woke geek franchise, very much a diverse franchise, a first interracial kiss. They had a Russian on the deck of the Enterprise when we were in the middle of the Cold War in the 60s. There was a lot of conversations about racism, about sexism, about political stuff, about financial issues. So there's a lot of things they explored. And so what will be the approach to this Star Trek? I'll be curious to see who's going to be the showrunner and who do they cast to be a part of this. And are they just basically rebooting the characters all over again? Or is there a new approach to this whole thing? And also, Jeff, Starfleet Academy is about to come out. Is that a lame duck show that's about to come out with Holly Hunter?
I haven't paid attention to any of these Star Trek shows. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti are leading this one.
Okay.
That's what I'm just saying. Is it a lame duck thing you've just spent all your money on to do it?
I think it'll get the exact same audience that it would have, when people thought that there was still going to be a Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes a difference. But who do you cast? Like, I mean, if you are rebooting the cast, or who do you get to direct? I'd like to see Jacob Elordi as Spock.
Jacob Elordi as Spock. Bro. They are not going to people who are established themselves or are about to establish themselves as massive stars. They're going to go with people who are just on the come up. I truly
Butler
believe.
as Kirk? No?
Who? Austin Butler as Kirk? Look, I love the idea. No damn way they'll do that. That's a lot of money.
What about Jake?
Jake who? Jake Gyllenhaal as Kirk?
Jake who? How dare you? I could see Jake in the outfit.
Brendan Sklenar. I could see Brendan Sklenar doing Star Trek.
I don't want to hear his fucking name again on this show. Over Jake. I put out Jake Gyllenhaal, and that's what you guys fucking counter with Brandon Sklenar? Is that you or that's a fan, right?
That's a fan. That's a fan, not me.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be you. Even you aren't that crazy.
I don't watch his movie. I haven't watched his show, so he wouldn't have be top of mind in my mind.
I think you could get somebody cool.
Do you really? I'd be interested to see. I mean, I'll be curious to see who wants to come work for Paramount Pictures on a Star Trek show. I think it'll depend on who they have as the showrunner, or sorry, as the executive producer of the films.
Director.
Yeah, and who's going to be directing? So there's all kinds of things that have to be shaken out first before they go forward. So, I mean, we'd be surprised to see Kevin Sorbo show up in those fucking Star Trek movie.
Part of me still thinks like Peele.
Oh, I like this idea. I'll tell you what. I like this idea. I really like this idea. This could work. That I get behind. You know, I'm not as high on Glenn Powell as Jeff is, but I think that's a place that Glenn Powell could work for sure as a Kirk. Oh, yes. 100%.
I've heard good things about another space movie.
Go ahead.
I mean, you know, we've been hearing good things since I saw 8 minutes of footage at CinemaCon last April, and Robert Meyer Burnett declared this to be next year's Best Picture.
Okay.
Yeah, Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah. You've heard good things?
Hearing good things.
Oh, wow. I'm excited.
Part of me would have been interested to see Lord and Miller's Star Trek. I mean, they were going to do Star Wars.
Yeah.
But this is their space movie now. I don't think that they'll go back to space.
Who's out there that could come in and do a Star Trek movie? I wonder. Jeff wants Chris Columbus. I don't know who could come in and do. Who?
Peele.
Jordan Peele? I mean, maybe. That's a way to shut up the people who are concerned about your Paramount Pictures going to MAGA, is you get Jordan Peele to be the executive producer and director on your Star Wars or Star Trek movies. I kind of like that idea, actually.
Would you be upset if it was Taika?
I'd be a little upset because the bloom was off the rose on Taika recently. If you're talking Taika after the Jojo Rabbit movie, 1,000% I'm in. Taika now,
I mean, his Star Wars movies are still floating around up there. So
it's madness, that shit. What's the one just got approved? His other movie just actually got a rating, so I guess it's ready to go.
Let's go to that Oceans item.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to talk about? The Benicio del Toro Oceans item? Let's talk about that. Benicio del Toro in talks? Yes or no?
I hear no. I hear that's not true.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are people reporting it if it's not true? What are you hearing?
I don't know. I don't know what about Nexus's sources. I'm going to bring up Nexus in a second, but yeah, I just heard. I mean, they could be early, but I don't. And maybe they went to him, but I don't think that's going to work out. I think he's a little expensive.
Okay. Wow.
For the third lead in that movie.
For an Ocean's, I mean, you need someone. You had Garcia. I don't know who's the villain in the second one. I forget who the villain was.
He was much more expensive than Andy Garcia.
Well, of course, yes. Now, but at the time, Andy was a name, and then you had Pacino.
Anyways, I don't think that will work out. Okay. But
yes,
there is a Nexus story.
Oh, okay.
That is going to work out.
Go ahead.
Sounds like that item about Danielle Deadwyler starring in X-Files.
Oh, yeah.
Is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where he's making that, like who he's making that show for. If it's just like Hulu or Disney Plus. I imagine it would probably be Disney Plus, since I guess they're folding Hulu into it. I don't know, but and I'm very curious who would be the Mulder to her Scully. Not that I know she's playing Scully. Like they may just have two new agent names. There may not be a Mulder and Scully. You may want to keep the door open to bring back Gillian Anderson, David Duchovny, maybe for a cameo at some point. Who knows? But it sounds like she is going to be the female lead in X-Files.
Damn, I like that. That's a good next move for her. Cameron's saying Tom Pelfrey would be a great choice after what he just did in Task. Interesting. I wonder who you bring. They did that with what was the Men in Black International, where they didn't make them the same people. They made Tessa and Hemsworth their own people. So I think you have to go with new names, right? Do you think it's dangerous to go with new names?
Yeah, no, I think that they shouldn't be compared to the Mulder and Scully of the past, and that they should just be allowed to exist as two new characters. So I do think that is what it will be.
Ooh, bro, I like this. Christopher McCoy for Star Trek, 1,000%. 1,000%. I like that idea.
I like that too. And he has a relationship with Paramount, and if there's not going to be more mission movies, again, unless he winds up directing Top Gun 3, because that seems to be a possibility given how busy Kaczynski is.
Yeah.
And unless they're going to wait for him. He's supposed to do Miami Vice. He's supposed to do that UFO movie for Apple. Like, when is he doing Top Gun 3?
Right.
Tom's not getting any younger.
That's true.
And he's not getting any hungrier either, because you know what? He had a lot of popcorn.
Is that his side job now?
He should be selling popcorn.
It's to go to these premieres and eat popcorn and promote the movies.
He's not even promoting the movies at this point. He's promoting the popcorn industry. He's selling more tubs of popcorn than movie tickets at this point.
If they come out
his own popcorn,
if they come out with Cruise corn, I'm 1,000% on board with this. If they come out with Tom Cruise popcorn, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
I swear to God, you can see popcorn in Glenn's bucket, but I swear to God, all the popcorn buckets just looked empty.
Of course.
But Tom Cruise, you should zoom in on Tom Cruise's fingers. They're probably all buttery, and they've got the popcorn flakes on them.
They're all on Ozempic. They're not eating popcorn. They're all on Ozempic, bro.
Popcorn gives me a stomach ache. I don't think that my belly can digest corn. Imagine I don't know, taking a dump at AMC next to Tom Cruise. He's in the other stall. It's Mission Impossible for him over there.
Dude, there's no way that Tom Cruise takes a dump at the movie theater. Let's just put that on the table. No. If they do, they have a special bathroom for him in an
A-list.
Yeah, there's an A-list bathroom at any theater.
Not for A-listers, not for A-list members. But.
No. Just for certain black card members, right? And as soon as they use it, a whole team comes in and cleans it. So it's nice and pristine for the next person.
I agree.
No way. All right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Let's get some trailers, Jeff. We had Michael, the first official teaser trailer dropped today. I did a reaction. It is up on the channel now if people want to see it. We also had Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer that dropped last night randomly. We have a new trailer for The Testament of Ann Lee. And then a new trailer for Osgood Perkins' Keeper, which fucked me up big time. So your thoughts on these trailers or any other trailers you saw this week? Did you like any of these?
I've already got my Keeper tickets for next weekend, so I am not watching. I'm done watching Keeper trailers.
It's coming out next weekend? Holy shit, already.
I already got my tickets. I understand this one quoted a whole bunch of horror filmmakers, which I don't love. I get that no one knows who most critics are. So why we keep putting their names up? No one cares what Time Magazine says or Rolling, the stuff doesn't mean anything to anybody anymore. So it means something when James Wan or Stephen King or whoever gives it the thumbs up. But on the other hand, it's what are these people supposed to say?
Well, I think they could not say anything, but the fact that they did say something, I think.
Yeah, it's the whole, horror directors sticking together, blah, blah, blah. We don't have any real ones like John Carpenter, who would be like, the movie's not that great. But kudos to Neon for that marketing strategy. I'm very much looking forward to it, even though I did not care for the monkey earlier this year.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. People are like, oh, what a great year for like Stephen King stuff with all the Running Man stuff lately.
Yeah.
Like, what? The Life of Chuck and the Monkey. Like, we were happy about these.
Some people were. Some people were.
I don't know, man.
Okay. What about the Michael Jackson trailer? Talk about that.
I mean, I think it's gonna print money. I don't think anybody gives a fuck.
It looks so good.
About,
it looks so good.
What he, may or may not have done.
Oh yeah.
I think they're still gonna go see this movie and celebrate this guy's music. It'll be interesting to see, if there is a second movie, and there is most likely going to be, as Lionsgate alluded to on its call today, whether the tone of that changes, if they just sort of run it back, if this one makes $1 billion, or if they're like, and now we get to burn it all down and make the movie that the left wants us to make or whatever. But yeah, I think it's going to be huge.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing. My reaction, as I said, is up on the channel. It's gotten a few thousand views so far, which is great. But like, you're absolutely right. I'm happy to mention during my reaction that, there were those allegations which kind of sullied his legacy, and people are going after me in the comment section.
Yeah.
Like he's innocent. There was no evidence, disproven. What are you saying? It's nonsense. And it's like,
yes, his defenders. And again, I don't know. I believe a lot of the stories, but I also understand how people would be like, oh, these people are financially motivated or seeking fame, or I think it's complicated. And this guy obviously had a really weird childhood himself. And, I don't know. There's circumstances that make me want to not necessarily, not forgive him, because I don't condone what he is alleged to have done, but I'm able to separate the art from the artist usually, and I don't have any issue with it here.
Yeah, in this situation, I always think it's a case-by-case basis. Right? Like, I don't separate Weinstein from these, but I think he's a pretty horrible asshole. But then again, I don't get rid of my Weinstein movies, right? And that's what I always tell people: if you really hate Weinstein and you're about not separating, then you need to get rid of all your Weinstein-produced movies. Right. All your Miramax films need to go. All the Tarantino films, you got to throw them out. But no. I thought. Well, the thing is, it's a complicated legacy because there are people who have said, and the thing, people have this thing of, well, he entertained me, therefore I believe that everyone else is just trying to get money from him, right? They have a real hard issue with denigrating Michael, but they have no problem denigrating the characters of these people who are utter strangers to them, right? But because Michael sang a song really well for them, or did a bunch of albums, or danced around on the stage, they're like, oh, this person's telling the truth, and so it's that kind of hero worship that I wish we could destroy in the world, but it's never going away. So
I don't think he's a saint, Michael Jackson, but
the people commenting do. Jesus.
I could see him as like a boy trapped in the body of a man who just never grew up. Like, he is the number one case of like Peter Pan syndrome.
No, but this is nonsense. This narrative is not. Let me tell you,
it doesn't excuse it.
If you research him, I'm saying this motherfucker, he had a voice that he put on for the white folks, and he had a voice that he put on for the brothers. And quite a few brothers who worked with him have spoken about Michael's actual voice. And it was a voice was used, I think, in one of the fighting games. They had Michael come in and do a voice, and he was full on bass. So this is the thing. People think Mikey's this sweet. You think he was just taking Brooke Shields to the motherfucking award show? No, bro. He was taking her downtown. Like, this is nonsense you guys have about Michael, that he's like, he's a sweet little guy, went to church all day. And just bullshit. Michael had steel in his spine, and he used that thing between his legs whenever he wanted to. And it's so ridiculous, this narrative that people have about Michael, that he's this safe little sweetheart that you put in on the shelf. Get the fuck out of here, man. That was an act.
But okay.
I'm just saying. Michael had game, bro. Everyone talks about, if you read the Hollywood biographies and memories, people talk about Michael having game. I mean, Tatum O'Neal, there was game. Michael had game, bro. So
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he
did. Yes, he was banging. All right, what about Five Nights at Freddy's? This looks better than the first one, dude. I got to be honest with you. I like that trailer. The trailer. No.
I watched the teaser. I mean, sure, I'll grant you it looks better than the first one, but the first one was like horrible trash. So
right, okay, yeah, I didn't like.
I don't expect this movie will be too much better.
What about the Testament of Ann Lee? A lot of critics were quoted in that one. It looks cool.
Interesting teaser. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that she gives an incredible performance in that. You know, she comes up on FYC tomorrow as well, so be sure to tune in. Video goes live at 7 a.m. But again, who wants to spend Christmas Day watching her chant Mormon? It's so bizarre.
It's a fair point. Yeah, it's a fair point. All right, so we'll see on those. Jeff, we had some Beatles. Oh wait, any other trailers come through for you that you saw this week that you want to discuss or bring up, or are we good?
I mean, I saw some movies this week.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got for movies this week?
Pillion.
What?
Pillion with Alexander Skarsgård, the gay BDSM biker movie.
Wow.
Really good movie.
Okay.
Thumbs up. I drove to Santa Clarita to see that.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Right.
That's
it's a qualifying release here, and then it comes out, I think, in February. So keep an eye out for that movie. Good movie. Skarsgård, Harry Mellinger, excellent. I saw The Plague with Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
Good. I liked it.
This is the other Joel Edgerton movie, right? Not Train Dreams, but Plague.
Train Dreams. This is another movie where he plays like a coach or counselor at an all boys like water polo camp.
Oh, yes, I've seen this trailer. Okay.
I don't think you've seen the trailer. Is there a trailer?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. Is there a trailer?
I saw the trailer.
I don't know if there is a trailer, but
The Plague?
The Plague, yeah. Maybe there's some sort of festival teaser potentially. But good movie about bullying.
Okay.
A promising debut for director Charlie Pullinger. I watched Twinless.
Oh, you finally saw that one? Okay.
Yeah. Dylan O'Brien again, continuing the Dylan O'Brien Assance. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Having a great year between that and Anniversary and Pony Boy, and he's also got the Rainy movie in January. So he's showing me the next level of Dylan O'Brien, which I like.
Right. Okay. All right.
I've been watching Hijack. That's under embargo, season 2.
Yes.
Been watching Squid Game: The Challenge, which is also under embargo. But again,
no. It's how can it be under? It's out. It started on Thursday. It started on Thursday.
Totally addictive. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. All right. I love the first season. We've been waiting to dive into this season. So yeah.
And today I saw Dead Man's Wire.
Which one's that one?
The Gus Van Sant movie.
Oh, okay.
Skarsgård. It was okay.
Okay. Fair point. We'll see what happens.
You know who's in that movie? Pacino. And you know who's the best part about the movie?
Pacino. Yeah, Pacino.
We can't take our fucking eyes off this guy for the last 50 years. People like, this is Bill Skarsgård's best movie. And like, he's in the movie without Pacino. So who do you think's better?
Have you watched the Aileen Wournos doc on Netflix yet or no?
I watched like 20-30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know that I'm going to necessarily finish it.
Is it pretty much rehashing stuff you've already known about her and seen? Okay.
Yeah. And did you see who was cast as her today?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. Was the next step. I was going to ask you that Sarah Paulson will be cast as Aileen Wournos in with the next monster, the season 4 of this thing. So your thoughts?
I actually think that's pretty good casting. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to have seen Ryan Murphy step out of the Murphyverse a little bit. She's just been in so many shows, including his new show, All's Fair, which is getting absolutely brutalized.
Dude, I watched 15 minutes. 15 minutes, Jeff. And it's 15 minutes I'll never get back.
Yeah, I'm told that I need to see it just for curious purposes.
This is War of the Worlds. Ice Cube.
Season 4 of Monsters about Lizzie Borden. And so by casting someone as Aileen Wournos, I think it's pretty clear they're going to be drawing a connection between female murderers and how people, probably consider that women weren't capable of murder. Certainly back in the day of Lizzie Borden in the 1890s.
Right.
But even at the beginning of Aileen Wuornos' spree, I think that they were taken aback when they realized this was a woman committing all these murders. Because, normally when women kill, it's their spouses or their children.
Right. That's true.
So interesting though, and Sarah Paulson's a great actress. I think she'll do a really good job.
It's an interesting thing to follow Charlize Theron's Oscar-winning performance, to do a version of her that might work, might not work. But
Takes
I agree with you. I think it's also interesting because Sarah's a lesbian. So will there be a little man hate going on through the Aileen Wournos portrayal? I think it'd be interesting to look at that as how they put that all together as well. But yeah, I love her as an actress. I think Sarah's amazing. She's so much fun. So excited to see her being a part of it. I'm sad that she's slumming on All's Fair. I mean, nothing tells you that they know how much of a shitty lead they had in terms of acting talent in Kim Kardashian than trying to surround her with Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, and all these other and phenomenal actresses of high quality. And all it did was make her look even worse instead of elevating her. And so it's I don't know what the logic was there. Hey, you know,
she had it coming. She had it coming. She only has herself to blame.
That's for sure, 100%.
If you had seen it.
Oh my God. Somebody hired Jeff for the musical. Jeff, what do you think about this? We get Rambo and Expendables. It's coming back here, buddy boy. Are you excited about this? That this is we're gonna get more Rambo films, more Expendable films, not with Sylvester Stallone necessarily, but Lionsgate has acquired the rights to both of them. And of course, now Rambo with Noah Centineo is happening. And they're going to develop and produce all derivative works, including future film of the Expendables franchise. Just when you thought this thing was dead, here we go again. There's still juice in the stone there. This is fascinating. Stallone is not involved with any of the stuff, yet all this stuff is coming back. Rocky, Rambo, Expendables without Sylvester Stallone, and they just wiped out his entire crew on Tulsa King for the new season. So what is happening to Sly here, bro?
He's getting it on all sides. They forgot about Sly. Why everybody forgot about me? Do we need? I could give two shits about Rambo, particularly Noah Centineo as Rambo.
Okay.
Stallone's Rambo. I'm good. I don't need more of this. Okay. Expendables, like same thing. Even if you made one with Stallone, I think I'm out. I don't really care about either of these two titles. This is Lionsgate just sort of using what they got.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Weak sauce. I'd rather talk about Schwarzenegger potentially coming back for Predator.
I was just going to go a segue into that. That is the rumor going around here that Schwarzenegger might be coming back to reprise the role of Dutch here in Terminator. That's according to Fred Rosenblatt, who's the producer on Predator Badlands here. He said that obviously the Holy Grail of Predator movies would be getting Arnold back in there. It's always been in the back of our minds that it would be amazing to see him return to the franchise that he made iconic, and that in turn has made him iconic. So, I mean, the Predator franchise is notorious for not bringing back Schwarzenegger and trying to, whereas the Terminator franchise has too much Schwarzenegger in it. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm down for another Schwarzenegger versus Predator.
Yeah.
Or not even just like him front and center, but I could just a scene with him just sitting at a table telling his grandson, like, back in the day, I fought a fucking Predator, bro. And the kid's like, what? Get out of town, Grandpa. I'm really excited to see Badlands tonight. We'll see if I don't know if it connects to the earlier movies or if there's room for Schwarzenegger in there or what. I understand that there is an alien connection and all that. And
there is, yes.
Setting that kind of stuff up, which I have been writing about for a while in the newsletter. So yeah, I'm all for a Schwarzenegger return. I'm much more excited about something like that than like more Rambo or Expendables.
Yeah. I've seen the film. I don't know that there's space for Schwarzenegger. This is very much a singular film, although it's connected to a couple of things. So we'll see, though, where the room is. But I think if Schwarzenegger wants to do it, I trust Dan Trachtenberg to find the way to do it right. Because to me right now, he is 3 for 3 with his Predator stuff, with Prey, Killers, and then Badlands, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So
let's give him Terminator, dude.
Oh, man. No.
Let me put that out in the newsletter tonight. Just float it.
Let him finish
Terminator.
Let him finish his Predator stuff. Then he can move on to Terminator. I don't want him doing both because then both will suffer. I love what he's doing with Predator. So we'll see. All right, one last thing before we get to the questions. And send in your Streamlabs super chats, ladies and gentlemen. We only have like 15 super chats. What the fuck is that all about? Like 500 of you watching us right now. Sending you love.
Eric Walker's going to be able to just do everything for you?
Yeah, come on, guys. All right, this is official now. You are looking at the ladies of the Beatles movies, Jeff. I think you had reported on this or talked about this in the past, and now It's official. They are absolutely going to be Saoirse Ronan, Anna Sawai, Amy Lee Wood, and shout out to Amy Lee Wood calling out Sydney Sweeney and her bullshit this week on that interview. And Mia McKenna Bruce will play the wives all in this, with Saoirse Ronan playing Linda McCartney. Yoko Ono is going to be played by Anna Sawai. Amy Lee Wood would play Patty Boyd, and then McKenna Bruce would play Maureen Starkey. So it's official now, Jeff. We're good. We like this. It's good.
It was official when I said it. When it's in the newsletter, it's official, folks. This is a good cast. I mean, Mia McKenna Bruce, I only know from that one movie, really, How to Have Sex, which I didn't love, but I know she's the lead in the new Agatha Christie series on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I love the White Lotus girl, Amy Lou Wood.
Amy Lee Wood, yeah.
I think she'll do a great job. Saoirse Ronan is there a more talented actress of her generation? That's a great get. And same with Anna Sawai from Shogun. Like, she's riding high off the success of that show. If you're trying to cast a Japanese actress as Yoko Ono, like who's bigger? So I love 3 out of 4 of these, and I like the other one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I haven't seen McKenna Grace in anything, so I can't really comment on it. But the other 3 I've seen in stuff, and so I like it. But I think this is and this is me, and some of you may not agree with me, but this is a hierarchy thing. They clearly see Linda McCartney as higher than everyone else, which is why you go and get someone like Saoirse Ronan, who is higher than Sawai and McKenna Grace and Amy Lee Wood. Like,
who are you supposed to get as Yoko Ono, who would be on Saoirse Ronan?
I don't know. I don't know that there's anyone.
Not the biggest person they could get. I don't understand.
I'm just saying, but this is to me is a hierarchy thing, man. I think this is a real kind of thing.
It's really Ronan, Sawai,
right,
Amy Lee Wood, and then Mia McKenna Bruce. Yeah,
you're right. That's what. It's just we're clear. We understand each other. That's all I'm getting at. All right. So there, you could have gotten Emma. You could have gotten to Scarlett Johansson to play Yoko Ono, as she has a tendency to do sometimes. So you could have gotten that for sure.
Emma Stone is Yoko Ono.
Emma Stone. Come on.
She's this close.
Put her in it. Anyway. All right, let's get into the questions, Jeff. I got to get to a screening here. I'm going to see the one you saw with Will Arnett. I'm dying up here, whatever it's called. What? Is this thing on? Yes, I'm going tonight. It's right by my house.
Good movie.
Yeah? Okay. I hope you're right, because I'd rather stay home and watch NFL than go see a movie right now, but I'm going to do it because you said it was good.
You know what? Laura Dern's good in it, too, and I'm not normally a big Laura Dern guy.
What? I love Laura Dern. Okay. All right, let's get into the questions. Chris Krause says, inspired by Miss Piggy movie Hot Mike Meets the Muppets, Jeff berating Kermit's soft movie takes, John arguing politics with Sam the Eagle, comedy gold. Oh, I'd love to argue with Sam the Eagle. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, man. I want to fucking wrestle with Fozzie Bear. I want a piece of that guy.
Yikes. Why don't you take on Animal? Why don't you take on someone your own size? Take on Animal. Fozzie's gonna.
I'm no match for Animal. I gotta keep using this thing a few more times before I take on Animal.
Is it working, by the way? Is it working?
No, it's a piece of shit.
Brett Tested 314. I'm loving the Roca rim shot. Do more. Yeah, that was my mistake, hitting that thing over and over again. Luke James 1, seeing Predator tomorrow. Hope you're well. I hope you like it, Luke. I hope you like it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Savvy Review says, I enjoyed
it. Wait, impromptu trivia question for you.
Okay, me? Okay, go ahead.
Remember what movie features dogs, Lukey and Dookie? Luke and Duke?
No, I don't. All dogs go to heaven? No.
McCougar would have gotten this. Bad Boys.
Lukey
and Dookie.
That's a good point. Yeah. Forgot about that one.
Go on.
Savage Reviews. I enjoyed Begonia. Any chance Jesse gets a nom, Jeff?
He has it coming. No, he doesn't. He's not getting a nomination for that.
Dude, 2 people saw that movie. He's not getting a nomination.
Yeah, I like Begonia, actually, but I just don't think of it as an Oscar movie.
Yeah. Drew Salazar sending some support. Love the show. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, Drew. And Dixon Cider, you're correct.
Samo says, who do you cast in Gremlins 3? I don't know, but you got to unretire Phoebe Cates. If you're going to bring Chris Columbus's old bones back to direct it, you better find Phoebe Cates and get her to unretire to do a cameo in the movie. She is amazing in that first movie, and I want her in this, man.
All right, I'll tell you who you cast. Ready for this?
Go ahead.
Ready for this? As the son of Phoebe Cates and Zach Galligan, right?
Okay.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, that could make sense. Yeah. I like that idea.
By the way, I have no idea who did the voices for the Gremlins TV show, so I have no idea if you already voiced one of the characters.
Oh.
That sounds like within the realm of possibility.
Right.
But yeah, I like Finn Wolfhard for that.
I like that. That's a good.
These Stranger Things kids, they're on the market now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's time.
I would have said McKenna Grace, but she's already doing the Ghostbusters one, so you don't want to move her over into that.
I think you might get Gaten Matarazzo in the next Top Gun movie.
Really?
I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck?
Dusty's up there in a jet. He's like, highway to the danger zone.
You can't fit the helmet over all those curls. Come on now. Johnny says, with Stitch and Minecraft being hits, do you guys think it's ridiculous that older IP like Masters of the Universe and Jetsons are getting installments? Studios got to pivot to games anime for new IP.
It is ridiculous. Yeah,
I have to agree.
I think it's a totally bad bet on Masters of the Universe and things like that people my age grew up with. I agree that things like Minecraft, Five Nights at Freddy's, like those are the way that you reach a younger audience.
Yeah.
I don't think that gaming and anime is necessarily the answer. Like we're seeing more of that. We're seeing obviously a lot of Crunchyroll stuff and Demon Slayer and all that kind of, and I think that you need that, but I don't know that can be like the tentpole. I think you got to start remaking some 90s movies. I think we need another Speed.
You say that, and then they're remaking The Mummy, and you don't want it. So make up your mind.
A good 90s movie. I need another version of like The Rock.
Well.
Get me John Q 2.
I tell you what, Michael Bay's Star Trek. Sign me the fuck up, bud. Sign me the fuck up for Michael Bay's Star Trek, bro.
You are such a Transformers fan. No one wants that. You're the only person on the planet who would ever suggest that.
I'm not the only person. Those movies made $4.5 billion. There are quite a few of us.
Another soul on this planet who suggests Michael Bay should do a Star Trek movie.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Amazing. Johnny also says, I would like to talk to both of you more about IP. Go old and new on IG on Twitter. Love you guys. Recently lost my grandma, and your show has been helping me a ton. Love you. Oh, well, first of all,
grandma, sorry for your loss, AJ.
Yeah, very much. We express our condolences, Johnny, and thanks for AJ. Sorry, and thanks for letting us entertain you and letting us carry you through these times, man. It's always humbling when people reach out to say things like that because we're just a couple of idiots having fun talking about movies and entertainment and what have you. So the fact that you allow us to entertain you and make you laugh through tough times, we appreciate it madly. So
yeah, now I'm sad because I know your grandmother would have loved this episode. I'm on
especially the Michael Jackson talk. C Black says, any Doomsday news? Are we getting Chairs Part 2? Jeff, there was a report that they're going to do another 15-month shoot on for Secret Wars, and that the script is still not locked for Doomsday still, and that they're moving things around all over the place. Your thoughts? What do you know about all this? Any news on this?
Yeah, expect the first trailer before Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. A little tease in advance, a little RDJ Doom action.
I like it. Okay.
I mean, I haven't heard anything like about Secret Wars other than, I mean, the whole production is just epic chaotic shit show.
Yes.
Whoever is in charge, the Russos, I'm assuming, have it all in their head, and it's just a big puzzle. So it's like, we're gonna take this piece and put it here, and we're gonna take this over here. I mean, like I said years ago at this point, this is a 5.5 hour, 6 hour movie basically with a year-long intermission
that they're cutting into 2 parts. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you.
What they're doing.
All right, let's see. Mumra says, should Nintendo try Mike Tyson's Punch-Out film? 100%.
Yes, Punch-Out is a movie that I could see.
But it's got to be told through the prism of Glass Joe. Like, it's got to be told to the least likely guy to survive this movie based on what we know about the game. It would be funny to see Glass Joe as the main guy.
All right, I agree. Who would you cast as Glass Joe?
Harris Dickinson, Glass Joe. It's not bad. Tell me it's not bad.
I mean, I could see David Johnson.
Glass Joe wasn't white. It wasn't black. He was white.
No one needs fucking Glass Joe to be white, just so we're clear. That's not like a thing. If it was a white guy.
Hashtag not my Glass Joe.
I really enjoyed seeing Carl Glusman get his ass kicked in Eeny Meeny.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think a guy like that could be a Glass Joe.
It'll probably be Bill Skarsgård. Let's tell the truth. It'll probably be a Lionsgate thing and Bill Skarsgård.
You're right.
CB the Legend of 11 says, Rocha, thoughts on Marvel Entertainment post on X? What post? Can you be specific? They post all the time. I don't know which one you mean specifically. So happy to give you my thoughts, but tell me which one. Evelyn says, I'm anxious over Warner Brothers. Ellison could cancel Oliver and let a Barry clone run CNN, but Netflix hates theaters and has crap studios compared to HBO. Yeah, Barry clown. So they might move her over there, but I think no way he's canceling John Oliver. They just gave Stewart a year.
Again, this is a human being, right? So they can cancel John Oliver's show.
Right.
And then John Oliver can just do the same fucking thing anywhere else he wants.
Exactly. And he can, and he will.
No, I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah. Bad Sister McCall says, left my Patriots hoodie at the movie theater. Called them and the staff has recovered it. By the way, Badlands was great. So great, I forgot my hoodie. Oh, there you go.
Nice. Okay. Well, that is a ringing endorsement.
It's better than any 4-star review you're going to read right there.
I'm glad they found the hoodie, bro. I didn't even know that there were Patriots hoodies. I didn't get no cut of no hoodie, Christian Harlow. What the fuck?
Oh, he means your Patriots. Oh, you mean your Patriots.
Oh, I thought that's what it was when he said my
I thought you were New England
Patriots. I just assumed because I'm so narcissistic and egotistical that you were talking about a hoodie featuring me.
I think you guys are the Patriots, and these are the New England Patriots. I think it's the difference. Patriots versus the Patriots, I think.
Listen, at our respective peaks, my Patriots may have been bigger than the 7-time world.
Well, I think within the world of the Schmodown, I think you're absolutely right. I think you're 100% right.
I won more titles than the Patriots. So.
Not a lot of sports fans in the Schmodown fandom. Bad Sister McCall says, Beth Snyder, Curtis Siwa cast in the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Beret.
They're borrowing his beret for the movie.
Oh, that beret. The L Yankee says, Jeff's 100, seeing the MJ flick solely to celebrate his music, feeling that Fire Cap is there. Is there merch available, Rocha? Not yet. We got to have discussions about it, but there would be something available. We'll certainly make an announcement soon for sure. But yeah. Jeff,
I am available on Cameo to sing Michael Jackson songs for you guys.
He is, yeah. He is available
on song, and I will be on there, and I'll be like, Mama C, Mama Sam, Mama, 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 Mama.
There's a few K's missing, but all right. ASOL says, Variety also mentioned that Larry Ellison wants WB to get more data for AI. If that's the case, I can't help but wonder if some of these tech giants that aren't in Hollywood get in on WB, Meta, Google, NVIDIA, Microsoft, etc. I'm sure.
Did propose Google.
People are so afraid about their data being used or data being mined, yet they're the ones signing up for websites all the time who are saying yes to cookies.
You're right. They click in, they opt in. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The second you submit your Google email to any website, you're essentially asking them to data mine you. Don't be stupid.
Yes. I mean, this is why I am literally staring at 400,859 unread emails. That's because I'm a fucking information slut. I give it around town to anybody who asks.
There you go. Evelyn says, thank you, ASOL, for the kind donation. Very much. Thank you. Evelyn says, why did Gunn tease Brainiac but then later post the villain may not be him? Are fans of the character finally getting a live action Brainiac or not? Evelyn, if you're asking us why James Gunn would say one thing and do something completely different the next moment, we've been telling you that for months here. We're not surprised by it, Jeff.
I don't keep up to date on wherever he's posting, Threads, Blue Sky, one of these platforms that isn't for men, which is what Twitter's for. It's for the real men.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know all the ins and outs of his social media adventures.
Right.
I don't know what we're talking about here.
Oh, there you go. You lost the plot. All right. Jared J says, have you guys heard of Keanu Reeves and director Tim Miller upcoming movie called Shiver? Plot sounds insane. Yeah, I didn't put it on the rundown, Jeff, because I don't really see Tim and Keanu as up there yet, or to do. I mean, Keanu does small movies all the time, so.
Well, it's just going to be your weekly alert that it is AFM week, folks.
What is that?
That means that we just take celebrities' names, we put them in a hat, we pull out 4 or 5 of them, we say, you're now attached to this movie that you've probably 50% chance you've never personally heard of it. We make an announcement, we try to sell the movie. If it sells, we'll make it. And if it doesn't, we'll pretend this announcement never happened.
Yeah, it's a movie that Keanu Reeves, is, according to THR, has signed on to. It's titled Shiver and has just been acquired by Warner Brothers. Ian Shore from Infinite wrote the script. It's been described as a hybrid of Edge of Tomorrow and The Shallows. Interesting. Okay. No production start date.
People like walking the plank.
Yeah. Anyway,
and it's like the Pirates are right, because Pirates, the franchise, has been on the sidelines for a while.
Yeah.
Not that I know that there's pirates in this or not, but there's that Jason Momoa project that Amazon got, the Pirate. I just think there's places trying to beat Disney to reinventing its own Pirates franchise.
Right. That's a fair point. Okay. Sorry. We got one more to roll through here from the Super Chat side of things. CB the Legend says the recent X post with Tony Stark and Reed Richards. All right, let's take a look at it. I pulled it up because I saw this ahead of so this is the post he's talking about. 2 overprotective geniuses. I see a suit of armor around the world. You baby-proofed the world. 2 overprotective geniuses for sure. I can't imagine that Reed Richards is going to get along with Tony Stark initially, just like Doctor Strange is going to get along with Tony Stark initially. So, but I've heard some rumors about the Doctor Doom and Tony Stark stuff, but the person has sworn me to secrecy for now. But they initially said go ahead and run with it, and then they were like, oh, wait a minute, maybe don't bring it up yet.
What is he, a variant?
I don't know. I don't know what to say on that. I don't know.
And I don't read comic books enough to care. So
there you go, which is a problem when it comes to talking about these movies, for sure. All right, let's get into some Streamlabs that have come through and answer those questions, Jeff, before we wrap up this show. If you guys want to send in more love and support, now is the time before we head on out of here. Jeffrey says,
it's what I want.
Any guesses on Marvel's 2028 slate? You've revealed that Black Panther 3 is February, X-Men in May. What about the others if we stick to 3 releases? Max, Shackman's Fantastic Four sequel. I don't know about that. Would be funny if Blade releases in 2029, 10 years after the announcement. Any Blade director / writers news? I don't have anything. Jeff, you got anything?
The only thing I'll say is that, so I'm told that Marvel is gearing up. They're trying to figure out what their next production is going to be besides Secret Wars.
Yeah, after X-Men. The next overall storyline, is that what you mean?
No. Oh. The next thing that they want to put into production.
Oh, I see.
It's not like Black Panther 3. I think that's still a little bit down the line.
I don't think Shackman's F4 sequel is rushing out to be made either.
I think this is just a theory. I think it's going to be Doctor Strange 3.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that they're waiting a script for Doctor Strange 3, and that if it it's going to come in soon, and if it's good, they're going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah. Anthony V says, as a Trekkie, I agree with your comments, but no more Spocks or Kirks. This future universe is so much bigger than them. Set the films 100 years after the Next Generation era with new characters and ships. It worked in the 80s with a bald captain. Sure, but that's on TV. This is feature film stuff. It's a whole other ballgame with feature film stuff. So
need hair for feature film.
Well, no, I just mean that starting over with new characters. I think it would be a bold move to boldly go where no one has gone before. But I think it would be dangerous to not have Spock or Kirk for a new version of. I mean, it's like doing Batman and it's not Bruce Wayne as Batman. That would be a tough sell for people.
Yeah, Picard is for television.
Yeah. Jeff said, Nublar 7 says, Jeff, with Gareth in final negotiations, would you expect Universal to announce a release date for the new Jurassic World movie soon? Summer 2028, in my opinion, would make the most sense.
I do think that they'll be announcing it soon. I thought that they might be able to turn it around for 2027. Because I mean, this last one was a pretty quick shoot. I mean, the whole thing came together pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I did wonder if they could somehow shoot it next summer and then put it in theaters by summer 2027.
Yeah. Do you want to wait 3 years for a sequel? I feel like 2 years is good for something like this, right?
Yeah. So, but I don't know, because when I initially looked into the Edwards stuff and was told it was early, plenty of sources assured me it wasn't that early. I threw out the summer 2027 timeline, and that was also like rebuffed. So, like, remember they had to fast tracked Rebirth because they realized they weren't going to have a Fast and Furious movie.
Right.
So they could fast track this one and put it on the same timetable, or they may say, all right, we're going to give this a little bit more time because, as well as Rebirth performed, even its fans would acknowledge that the script seemed a little rushed and thin. So maybe they don't fast track it and they wait till 2028. But I think for sure you'll see another Jurassic movie by summer 2028.
Or maybe they've been working on it already. It's very possible as well. Just like they had that script written before they hired Gareth Edwards. It may be the same kind of scenario.
Would be wild.
What's that?
If they got Taylor Sheridan to write a Jurassic World.
Shut up. I would love that. That would get me back excited to see it.
Like cowboys versus aliens, but cowboys versus dinosaurs. And they're like trying to like lasso dinosaurs and shit. And like,
why do you got to go that extra mile? It's when you go the extra step that you just like all of a sudden fall off the cliff.
What do you mean?
No one wants to see cowboys lassoing dinosaurs. What's wrong with you?
Well, then, so it's Taylor Sheridan's dinosaur movie, but not cowboys?
No.
It's like set in the West in the desert. There's nowhere for them to hide.
You're saying Taylor can only write Western stuff? Is that what you're saying? Is all he can write?
It seems to be his forte. But hey, I watch Mayor of Kingstown, baby. Let's do a dinosaur prison movie.
Now you're talking.
You're locked in prison with a T-Rex. Who's the mayor now, motherfucker?
You don't want to get anal raped by that. Doug Developer says, as someone who considers himself center-left, I think it's important to have stories with a conservative viewpoint. Just no culture war BS, please. An article from a reputable outlet released a list of best films in this century and with conservative viewpoints. It includes The Incredibles, Juno, and The Pursuit of Happiness. These are definitely stories worth telling. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with telling quote-unquote conservative viewpoint stories. It's about a matter of quality. I don't know how Juno, a young girl having a baby out of wedlock.
It's pro-life. She won't get an abortion.
Pro-life. Okay, I guess it's pro-life, but like she is not a radiating conservative at all in that movie. So, but all right. And there's divorce in that movie. Like his wife leaves him because he does not want to have a child and can't grow up, so I don't know. But yeah, sure. Of course, it's always good to have I got no problem with conservative viewpoints. I mean, so much of what I watch has that angle to it, but it's when it goes too far that it becomes ridiculous. Samuel says, Dave Portnoy threatens to pull Barstool from New York City over Mom Donnie's win. God, Portnoy is a piece of crap. Well, I mean, he's a stunt queen. That's what he is. So, Jeff, do you want to opine on this?
I respect Prez.
You do? Okay. Fantastic 314 says, hey, Hot Mike, showing support for my guys. Thank you, Fred. Stallone being left out of all of his popular movies is going to make him go Scott Baio. Go Arnold. It is weird to me. Like, this is all so weird to me. It's such a massive fuck you to Stallone that I don't understand. I love Stallone. I'm frustrated by this, Jeff. For him. I'm frustrated for him. I want Sly to come on this show and talk to us about how he feels about the situation because I think it's unfair.
I want daylight too, but beggars can't be choosers.
He built these characters. Yes, there were directors. Yes, there were writers, even though he wrote a majority of the Rocky movies. He built these characters. To not have a stake or a percentage or an executive producer credit so he can make some money off of these movies is insane to me. Freezing him out is so disrespectful to what Stallone has built with these characters. And no one's going to come in No one is going to come in and reprise these roles and do better than Stallone did. No one. It's fucking bullshit. My opinion.
I want Stallone's Gemini Man with Stallone versus a younger clone of himself.
Hey, what are you doing here?
We'll have one called Stallone and the other one's called Stall 2.
No.
Get it?
Wouldn't it be Sly? Okay.
Stall 1. O-N-E.
I got the joke, buddy. I got the joke.
Yeah, Stall 2.
Two Fly Cam says 1 million corporate jobs gone since 2025 started. Wow, how many job losses do you both see when the WB deal is done? Plus, you have to factor in the obsession with AI in Hollywood and corporations. Are there dark days ahead? I mean, Jeff, maybe, but there was an article this week. I think it was in the Puck or the Atlantic. I think maybe where they explore the AI bubble popping. That there's a lot of people who believe now in the.
Hold on, John. I'm getting a text from Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a lot of people who think that the AI bubble may be bursting. So this whole fear that we all have may be completely unfounded because it may blow up.
Unfounded fears in this town? The media freaking out over what is probably going to be nothing? No. I don't know. AI's rise seems realer than NFTs and crypto and all that bullshit. I do think that it will reach a point of no return, but it's still early. Like I think at the Times, I think I read something today that it was like people who have AI help them compose emails or do take written tests for them or whatever actually do worse than if they hadn't used those tools.
No surprise.
So that was encouraging. But yeah, it's definitely dark days ahead. They're not going to be like, I mean, unless you're like an AI expert or like someone who can train AI like using cues and stuff like that. No, I think this town is fucked. There's going to be smoldering ashes in Burbank, thousands of people with no jobs, insider newsletter subscribers dropping off like flies. It's not good. That's why I need you guys to step up. I delivered the goods today. I need conversions. $10 a month.
There you go.
So worth it.
It's true. I am Two Fly Cam says Paul McCartney once told MJ to invest by buying music catalogs. MJ went on to outbid Paul for the Beatles music catalog in 1985. Which damaged their friendship. Like it legitimately ended their friendship. MJ is the GOAT. If the movie is decent, it will break 750 million for sure. This Christine movie will crash and burn, methinks. But it wasn't made for much. So
I'm not expecting it to break the box office.
Right. This is about getting her into a position for possible Oscar nomination, I think, in the end. And it's a good movie. It's a legitimately good movie. I want to bash it, but I can't. It's good. But yeah, totally. MJ screwed Paul in that way. Gail _Aaron says, what is the movie you are most excited to see for the rest of the year? Jeff says Hamnet. I think Hamnet is Jeff's most excited.
No, that's a good question, though. Let me see. Let me get you a proper answer.
Not Running Man. Not Wicked for Good. Not Sisu 2. Not Zootopia 2. Jeff's probably going to say Wildcat to uplift Roxy, but that's not mine.
I mean, God, there's a couple answers here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm really excited for The Secret Agent.
Oh yeah, the Wagner Moura film. Yes.
I know I'm gonna love Sisu 2.
Yeah, you are.
But if I could only see one movie the rest of the year, I am going to a movie that's already been out for a long time.
Wow.
I am going to see the Kill Bill, the complete, the whole thing, whatever they're fucking calling it.
The whole mishpucha. Yeah, that's next year.
Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair.
There it is.
That is what I am dying to see because I missed when it was at the Vista and everything recently.
But it's next year, isn't it? Isn't it coming out next year?
I think it comes out in early December.
Yeah. Oh, does it really? Oh, I would definitely get tickets for that. I guess I'd have to say that Avatar Fire and Ash is my answer. Even though Wicked for Good, I think it's going to be great. I don't have any kind of problems. It's just I just don't have that attachment to that film. And I think the other thing that's left, I want to see if James can pull it off again. So it's more about a curiosity and also respect for his filmmaking. For the films that are, but there's not a lot of strong. There's,
Here's two questions for you, John.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm going to pose these questions soon in the newsletter.
Okay.
Does Avatar Fire stand a chance to win Best Picture?
No. And neither does Superman, even though they're submitting it for the Golden Globe, which is where it belongs. The Golden Globes. It does not belong in the Oscars.
Now, what if they announced we're not going to do Avatar 4 and 5? This is it, right? And this is the end of the trilogy. You don't think this could be its Return of the King?
Were any of the Rocky movies nominated after Rocky?
Rocky?
Yeah, there's a reason.
It's not exactly the same thing.
When you go into sequel territory with massive franchises, they rarely get nominated for Oscars. It's the first one that comes out that gets the attention. And Avatar, I think, was nominated for Best Picture that year.
Basically the runner-up to Hurt Locker. I mean, I don't think any movie was closer than Avatar.
Exactly.
No, I've just been thinking in a year where, to me, it still feels wide open, and there's these movies like One Battle After Another and Sinners that I don't really think should win Best Picture. Like, I don't know. I keep coming back to, is Avatar a possibility?
I hate to break it to you, but we've all, other than Hamnet, we might have already seen all the potential nominees, so the future nominees for Best Picture.
The other question, and I already know the answer, but like, if the Oscars really are just about who delivers the best performance.
Oh, yes.
Why are we talking more about Jonathan Majors?
In Magazine Dreams?
If it take out everything with the legal shit, right? And the fact that nobody saw Magazine Dreams and like it came in like a wet fart.
Yes.
Is that not one of the top 5 performances of the year?
I mean, you can make the case. You can certainly make the argument, but we don't live in a vacuum, Jeff. So you want to say remove the stuff. Great. Yes, you can in a conversation like you and I are having, hypothetical conversation. But in reality, that the voters are not going to remove that stuff. And so, that's why it's not going to get nominated. Look, I thought Richard Jewell was one of the best Clint Eastwood films he's ever done. And that didn't get I don't think even got one fucking nomination. And it's all because of people's liberal bias towards him as a conservative filmmaker. And it was nonsense. And so the same thing here in terms of the people's points of views about what happened with Jonathan Majors. They're not going to nominate him, even though he delivered great work in that movie. There's no way, maybe a Golden Globe, maybe the Golden Globes, but even the smaller film organizations where you could argue they could get away with nominating him are not even nominating him. So that tells you how little people are like watching that movie and putting it on their list of nominations.
I'm just saying, if I was a pundit, I think a column about are we overlooking Jonathan Majors just because of the legal stuff? That could be interesting. I could get some clicks.
Well, if you only had a website where you could do that at, then you could write that column and people might read it. I hope that's
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
It's a future column. I'd love to read it. Yeah, I think we've seen it, Jeff. I think we've seen all the Best Picture nominees except for Hamnet in the theater already, because I don't think anything. Maybe Rental Family could squeeze in, but I'm not hearing.
You don't think Avatar is going to get nominated?
I don't think it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. No, just like the second one didn't. Did the second one get nominated? I don't think the second one got nominated.
I think it did.
Let me see if it got nominated.
I think it did.
Okay, you might be right. I don't keep tabs on this the way you do.
I think it did.
I'm looking it up right now. Is there reception, box office, sequels? I don't see nominations on their Wikipedia here, buddy. Let me see here. Accolades. Oh, okay. Academy Awards. It was nominated for Best Picture. Fuck me. All right. So maybe it does have a chance. I'm surprised by that.
I think it's a weak year for awards movies. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
That's down my throat.
I'm surprised it got nominated. Jesus. I didn't even think he got nominated for Best Picture.
All right, what's next?
Hold on. I want to see who else was nominated. Was it Avatar? What was the year they were nominated? Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, All Quiet on the Western Front, Banshees of Inisherin. Wow. Okay. All right. What's next? I think that's all the Streamlabs. Gil asked us what movie we're most excited to see for the rest of the year. So we answer that one. Let's go back to these super chats. We talked about that one. Robert Sanchez, anything about Star Wars or Lucasfilm? I don't think we have anything. Do you have anything, Jeff?
For Lucasfilm and Star Wars?
Star Wars?
No.
Okay. All right. Mumra says Primitive War trailer. Thoughts? Send it to Jeff.
Looks like a crazy movie, dude.
Yeah. It's a nutty film for sure.
Woo!
Justin Duck says, any updates on Sam Ismail's Panic Carefully? It finished filming a while ago, but WB still hasn't dated it.
No updates. I'm sure it'll be out next year. I would imagine maybe like a weird month. I could see it like being like a September release. Maybe September or November.
So later in the year.
Yeah, I think it'll be probably the second half of the year. I don't know, though. I have no fucking idea. That's a Julia Roberts movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, after, What about the reports this week that Zendaya was up for the Ayo Edebiri role in After the Hunt?
Totally buy it, obviously. I mean, the fact I wouldn't be surprised if Luca went to her first after Challenger. I think Ayo was in over her head.
I think it's a better movie with Zendaya in it. 100%.
100% it is. 100% it is.
It's a better movie.
But yeah,
Ayo's a good actress, but Zendaya is the choice for that movie. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek. Can't watch live sending support. Thank you, Derek. Very kind of you to stop in, brother.
Derek, you're the man.
Tim says, Johnny Boy, your 3 most anticipated movies of 2026. Oh wow. Jeff, do you have any anticipated movies of 2026? I don't know.
Supergirl, Clayface.
You lying son of a bitch. You lying son of a bitch.
There are a lot of movies in 2026.
I suppose Supergirl, I guess, would be. I guess I'd agree with Jeff on that, like legitimately. Jeff probably would say Terrifier 4. I think he's looking forward to that one.
No, I'll tell you what I'm excited for. It's going to start screening next week for industry people.
Go ahead.
Untitled Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, the UFO movie. All right, fair.
I think I've heard good things about that. I think it's going to be good.
I would say Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey. Odyssey's probably number 1. I would say Odyssey's probably number 1 for me. Then probably Supergirl and Spider-Man. I mean, I would love to do Mandalorian and Grogu, but that's a TV show becoming a movie, and I don't necessarily have high expectations for that one. But Jeff is telling me to look forward to Project Hail Mary, so maybe that moves up in the list. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm too like I am. Deliver Lucasfilm T, Jeff. The subs will flow in. There you go.
I'm owed. I'm not going to press that one. We're good.
See, Black says, which movie will have the highest box office in 2026? I say The Odyssey. I'm just going to bank on The Odyssey. Jeff, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Brand New Day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man on that one.
I'll say Spider-Man, then Odyssey right afterward.
Yeah, there's no Avatar movie. I mean, there's Mandalorian and Grogu, but yeah,
no. Paige Chaudhry, John and Jeff, have a wonderful day. Thank you, Paige. Jeff, in overalls, dang, I'm getting romance novel vibes.
Ooh, hello, Paige. Wait, isn't Super Mario 2 next year?
Oh, it might be.
That might be the biggest movie.
Oh, you might be right about that. $1 billion.
Paige, it's you.
Heyo. Samo says, you missed my earlier StreamYard chats.
We hate you, Sam. We fucking hate you, and we skipped it on purpose.
Sam, I don't see it. I mean, you said who do you cast in Gremlins 3? We answered that one. So I don't know what other one you think you sent, Samo, but I don't see it here. Let me go into the.
He called you out. He caught you in a lie, dog.
I just, I like to be thorough. Samo said, Dave Portnoy. Dude, we answered your Dave Portnoy question, Samo. You asked that question. We answered it. The Barstool one.
What was the question?
It was, Dave Portnoy threatens to pull Barstool from New York City over Zoran Mamdani's win. Good God, Portnoy is a piece of crap.
No, there's no question there.
We talked about it. Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah. So there you go. There's no question. That's right. There's no question.
GTA 6, he says.
Well, you didn't send it, brother. I'm telling you, it didn't come through. If you want to send it again.
Well, GTA 6 was delayed. What do I think about this? I don't give a shit. I don't play video games.
I think it speaks badness that it's been delayed. I'm concerned that it got delayed.
Never a good thing.
Yeah. See, Black says, my list is Doomsday, Odyssey, BND for 2026. Oh, yeah, fair. All right, Avengers Doomsday. I guess, yeah. Is that? Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess that would be number 1, right? Number 1.
That's going to end of December, though, so it'll have to make all that money in the first 12 days, technically, to be.
That's true. To qualify. Yeah. I'm too Flackam. I heard him say Streamlab, and I checked those. So relax, buddy boy. All right, I guess that's it. That's all the questions. I'm sorry, Sammo. I don't see your Streamlab or your super chat.
Put the question again in the fucking chat, Sam.
But we answered it, Sam. So, there you go. All right, let's get out of here. Jeff, anything more you want to say or talk about? Anything more you want to make sure we hit story-wise? Are you good? Oh,
I'm good. Jeff on the cover with a horse. Giddy up. All right. Oh, the romance novel. Yes, I am something of an equestrian.
Oh boy. I bet you
anyways, theinsnider.com gonna have a full newsletter for you guys tomorrow with thoughts on Predator, lots of thoughts on the movies that I saw this week. Maybe a scoop or two. We'll see. I'm working on it.
Okay.
And FYC in the morning, best actress. Things get heated. Tune in.
There you go. According to the Wrap, Netflix chairman Dan Lin flew to Prague this summer. This headline says Kreger's sci-fi film The Flood stalled at Netflix.
I'll tell you that. Okay. I've been on this story. They tried to feed it to me this week as well.
Is it true or bull?
I was convinced to stand down on it because it was pretty gossipy. It's basically just that, like, Dan Lin offered Zach Kreger theatrical for his script Flood, which is set up at Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ted Sarandos found out about it and bigfooted Dan Lin and was like, no, we're not promising him theatrical. And so, Zach Kreger was like, well, you said I was getting theatrical. So if you're telling me I'm not going to get theatrical right now, then, maybe I don't direct this. Maybe you guys still control the script and you can hire whoever you want to direct it, but I'm not going to direct it if it's not getting a theatrical release. Right. So that's what the story is. It's that about basically, Dan Lin getting put in his place by Ted.
Right. Wow. Everybody's got big feet in Hollywood, bro.
We've talked about that, though. Like, when you give Greta Gerwig theatrical or Frankenstein, like, you're setting a precedent, and the next filmmaker that comes in is going to want the same thing, the same treatment.
That's why Ted didn't want to do it. Ted, I'm sure it's pulling teeth to get Ted to agree to let any of these filmmakers get a theatrical release, because he knows once you let one do it, they're all going to fucking want to do it. And he's right.
Yeah.
No surprise. Also, Guy Ritchie's In the Gray has been dropped by Lionsgate. Any surprise there?
No, none. That movie's half done. I mean, it's been sitting on a shelf for like 2 years now or something. I'm not surprised they just said, you know what, Black Bear, you didn't finish it. We don't need to take it. It's all on you. Black Bear will probably put it out through its own distribution channels because it's expensive. I mean, it's an expensive movie at this point.
It is, right.
And it's got a bad buzz around it. So
yeah, fair point. All right, Jeff, one last push. What do you got to let people know where they can find you and everything like that one more time?
That's it. theinsnider.com for the newsletter. If you guys want to see the annual movie rankings, I think I'm up to 173 movies this year. I'm gonna cross 200. And that to me is the sweet spot. There's about 300 to 400 movies released each year that I consider notable releases.
Okay.
And I see about 200 of them. And to me, it's just as interesting to see what I think about the movies that I saw as to look at the list of movies that I didn't see. And why wasn't I interested in these? That's on Blogspot, theinsider.blogspot.com. I'm not changing it. I'm not joining Letterboxd. Love you.
The list is movies. You can join me on Letterboxd. I just signed up for Letterboxd this week just for shits and giggles. I haven't posted any reviews or anything, but I just wanted to open the door to the possibility because I know a lot of people put their stuff on there. And so I need a place to go where I can go when I can watch a movie. Like I watched 2 Westerns this week that I'd never seen before, and I want to write reviews about them. Well, where can I go? I can go to Letterboxd. So I've signed up there. So if you see my new animated logo there, when you look me up on Letterboxd, that is actually me, letting you know that ahead of time because I will be posting reviews at some point. But yes, as for the channel itself, first of all, thank you to everybody. We crossed 40,000 subscribers earlier this week on Monday. Shout out to Christian Harloff, who helped me do that on Monday. And of course, all the co-hosts like Jeff Sneider and the Geek Buddies and Jedi Way and everybody who's helped by being part of the channel, those current and in the past, to help us get to this point. I know 40,000 maybe isn't big compared to Christian or compared to Dan or the Real Rejects, but I take pride in it. And there's
a huge accomplishment, Johnny. Congratulations.
There's less than 4% of YouTubers who cross 40,000 subscribers. So I take pride in that. So and thank you to everybody who's here supporting us, including all of you haters who still watch my shit and complain about it in the comment section.
And again, if you need a discount to the Insider newsletter, just let me know. The password this time will be Rocha Man.
No, don't use me. I do not give you permission. Make up your own password.
All right, the password is
Michael Jackson's D.
Potato chip.
Potato
chip, and I will give you the special Insider annual discount.
There you go. Please don't subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that bell button and leave all your comments about all the things we've talked about. And don't forget, we are a podcast as well. That's where we really could use the numbers. We really would love you all to subscribe to the podcast. Just look up the Hot Mic wherever you download podcasts and subscribe to it. All right. For my brother Jeff Sneider, I am John Rogan. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode here of the Hot Mic. And this time I'll play the video for real. Peace.